Okay, so this would have been one of my to be determined videos. This video is about the upcoming election. Alright? Again, there's a video that I made earlier today about a few Trump supporters. Now, I don't know if all Trump supporters are like this band of married men and women that was attacking this young lady, but I want to bring this to the forefront because it needs to be said. Over the last 3 days, I have watched videos of Trump supporters harassing voters and demanding that they were going to vote for Trump. They were threatening lives and telling people, hey, you're going to vote for Trump whether you like it or not. We've got your license plate number and we're going to hurt you if you don't. Now, as a person who has voted for Biden, and I voted early because I didn't really have much of a choice, and I want to state this, for anybody on my channel, if you support Trump, I don't have a problem with you, just a problem with your moral compass. You're free to leave, you're free to come back. I don't have a problem with you personally because politics does kill friendships. So I like to keep politics out of friendships, and I try to keep it off this channel until I've reached fuck it. Today I reached fuck it. Yesterday I was close to fuck it. 2 days before that I was really close to fuck it. But today I reached fuck it because of what I saw on Instagram, which is already on my YouTube channel. By the time you're watching these, they'll probably all be posted. But this young dude was calling this girl all kinds of bees and whores and all kinds of other stuff, which is a lot better than the last video that I watched where, they were, sorry, yeah. I can't get out of this war about Darth Vader and Batman. I don't know how I even got into this war, but I got into this war about Darth Vader and Batman. So, moving on. So, with all these people who are so adamant about following Trump, you might want to check some of your followers out, because if you're threatening people, no other president or candidate has put up with shit like this, where his followers are threatening people that if they don't vote for Trump, we're going to come to your house and hurt you. And the video I posted earlier isn't that video. The video I posted earlier came from fucking Instagram about a whole gang of people, a mob, trying to get this young Mexican woman and this black guy. And they were threatening them and all this other shit. That's already here. You can go check that out. But I have to ask you, Trump supporters, yo. Are you that afraid that he's going to lose? Did you have to threaten everybody? Did you have to strong-arm vote for this man? And let me ask you this. And I'm going to offend you, and I'm going to be very unapologetic about me offending you. Because in the other video, I said the same thing that I'm going to say right now. If you are black, Asian, Native American, which is also Asian, or Mexican, which is also Native American, which makes you Asian, or white, that is poor and down and out, and you are following this devout racist, you may want to check yourself. Now, I don't know any of you personally. I don't have anything personally against you. But your moral compasses might need to be checked when the guy you are leading isn't telling his followers to not go to these polls and start threatening people, and little old men and little old women and little young girls. They don't really threaten too many men, but they start threatening people, you're going to vote for Trump, or else we're going to come to your house and we're going to hurt you. What kind of president's going to stand for that? You have to think about your morals, because that could be your kid that somebody's threatening. That could be your wife, your girlfriend, your daughter, that somebody's walking up to her with rifles and shit, popping their heads in the windows and all kinds of other shit in the videos that I have been seeing about people threatening people to vote for Trump. So, even if you're not following Trump because he's a racist, you're following a man who doesn't give a flying frack about his followers who are threatening people and trying to take away their voting right, and telling them that if you don't vote for Trump, we're going to end you. Well, let me tell you something. First person that comes to me threatening me because I don't vote for Trump, guess what? You see my skin tone? All three of them? Yeah, because, I'm multicultural. First and foremost, I'll never follow a racist. Secondly, if you're stupid enough to come near me in a threatening manner, the channel was called Kung Fu Havoc for a reason. It's not because I'm an actor. It's because I'm a martial artist trying to break into acting. These are training weapons. It's solid wood. It can still hurt you really badly. I have a couple of these in the car. They just don't have the hooks anymore. I also have a wooden sword. And there was a Japanese swordsman, Mio Masashi or some shit, that killed the man with a wooden oar by using sword techniques. So for those who are going around threatening people, you might want to be careful on who you threaten about voting for a devout racist. Now let me point out a few things before I end this video and why y'all might not think that he's a racist. And here's why I know for a fact this dude is a racist. I'm part Cherokee Indian. Not too long back, way back before most of you existed, back in the 1990s when I was graduating from high school, right before the O.J. Simpson clusterfuck, our illustrious president decided that Native Americans shouldn't be able to have casinos. Well, you know, if Native Americans would have had gunpowder, I wouldn't be mixed. I'd probably be full Cherokee. And America would be a whole different country. Give or take a couple of thousand people getting slaughtered here and there. But because we didn't have gunpowder, we lost this country to everyone else. And we have this guy who goes, they don't like Native Americans to me. Why do Native Americans not have to pay taxes on their casinos, but I gotta pay twice as much taxes on mine? Well, one, this country was theirs. We took all the good land from them and put them on hunks of dirt and said, hey motherfuckers, survive. We also took away their culture. We took away their language. We took away their elders. We scalped people and blamed them for it. We gave them these hunks of dirt and said, you come off this dirt, we shoot you. And then in 1924, Native Americans were finally accepted into the world as actual American citizens. Go fuck yourself on that one, because that's some fucked up ass shit for people who was born here centuries before Europeans came here. But yet, slaves, Chinese, and other immigrants came in and still had it better than the Native Americans. So if you don't think this dude's racist, go back to 93 and find out about those casino war things that he was going through. Now let's speed it on up through time a little bit and let's go to the Central Park 5. This is for you black people, which I am also a member of. How the hell could you support someone who wanted to see 5 kids, who, by the way, was cleared by DNA and did not rape the young white lady? And he goes, I want those 5 kids dead. We should return the death policy and kill all 5 of them if they're guilty. Which they're guilty because they're 5 black kids. Those was his words, by the way. You can go Google that shit, because y'all know Google is the solution to everything. But is it? Why don't you go check some of those old news clips, and not just from NBC, but from ABC, CBS, and Fox. Because before Donald was the shit that he is now, he was still a devout motherfucking racist. Don't like my language? I'm sorry, this is not hate speech, this is factual speech. Just in case YouTube decides to block me, I'm giving you direction of where you can go. Now, let's speed this up to Standing Rock. The first thing he said while he was running his campaign the whole time, I have no business ties with Standing Rock, the pipeline, none of that shit. I have no business ties with that. I'm not going to touch that. If I become the president, I promise you I'm not going to do that. Obama's last day as acting president, before he shifted the card, before Donald Trump pulled that joker out of his ass, Obama signed a decree. The pipeline will not happen for Standing Rock. It's done. As my last acting president, there will be no pipeline going through Lakota Sioux land. First day in office, our illustrious president, the red-headed step troll in charge, rescinds that order. Pipelines going through, whether you Sioux natives like it or not. Check number 2 for him not liking Native Americans. Oh, yeah. He declared this month, in November, the slap in the face to Native Americans that this is Indigenous Month, or American Indian Heritage Month, which I happen to be part of, because I'm part Cherokee, part black, and part white. Now, we want to move up a little bit further down the train line about how, let's see, what was it? Let's see if I can convince some black people to come and get on my side. Let's get Billy Bush fired from his job so that he can no longer get a job at all. Like, at all. For doing his job. And to his employers, I'm sorry. Y'all did him wrong. That's foul as hell. And even if y'all actually give me a job, that's still foul because Billy Bush did nothing wrong. He did his job. It was our illustrious leader who talked about grabbing women by the private parts. Billy was doing his job and was fired. Now, I can't remember if it was Inside Edition or some other news broadcasting that he was working for, but either way you slice it, that was foul, wrong, and it sucks. But Billy lost his job, and women, the same women who he talked to like crap and treated like crap and threatened to grab y'all by the vaginas because he can, because he's rich and powerful, y'all voted this asshole in. Good job. Now, as I go on with this, let me go hurry up and get to the end of this. There's a big old thing about this this Roe versus Wade thing, that I have to end this video on this note. I don't give a damn about abortions. I give a damn about the woman's right to choose what to do with her body. See, a lot of y'all don't understand how this works. Because see, I know a couple of rape victims. I know a rape baby. No, it's not me. At least I don't think it's me. I'm pretty sure that if my dad raped my mom, somebody would have told me in my 47 years of life. But they haven't, so we're just going to assume that I'm not the rape baby. But I personally know a young lady who was raped and carried that baby to term. And still has that baby in her custody. I don't think it's right that she didn't get a choice. So let me ask you stupid women that's going to sign off on Roe versus Wade and end all of your daughters' right to choose. If a rapist takes your child, a 12-year-old who's just starting to grow breast, who's just learning about her body, who's just learning about sex, who's just learning that she wants to save herself from marriage because you're Christian, you're Catholic, you're Buddhist, you're Baptist, you have some religion that has told your child that you should save yourself from marriage because boys are going to have sex with you and run the fucking other way. Which is partially true because most boys that will have sex with you, if you tell them you're pregnant, they make the flash look slow. So it's time for you to go with the flow and understand that if Roe versus Wade is overturned or destroyed, what are you going to do when it's your grandchild that's being raped by some asshole because y'all decided, yeah, that's right, all of y'all decided that the woman who is a rape victim doesn't have the right to choose because state by state by state by state has decided, fuck y'all bitches, y'all ain't got the rights. If every man raped every woman and got them pregnant, guess what? You bitches is carrying these babies because y'all don't have the right to choose what you're gonna do with your body. We do. See, this is how things work, because as long as it doesn't affect someone in the government, they're all gonna try to sign that shit until one of their fucking granddaughters or daughters or wives or sisters or mothers or cousins get fucking raped. And then they'll all be back. Oh, let's rip Roe versus Wade back because my granddaughter got raped by one of those black guys. My granddaughter got raped by one of those Asian fellas. My granddaughter got raped by one of those murdering evil Mexicans. My granddaughter got raped by that black dude down the street who's never been to jail. But he raped her anyway. My daughter got raped by her brother. My daughter got raped by her uncle. My daughter got raped by her grandfather. But we made her keep the baby because we got rid of Roe versus Wade. That what the world you want? Congratulations, because that's where you're heading. Where people will have to sneak out of country to get an abortion for being raped. Think about that shit. Think about your daughters. Think about your granddaughters. Think about your future kids that should be here by means of consent versus, oh, Daddy, I got something to tell you. Well, what happened, dear? I got raped by your brother last week. What? Why didn't you tell me last week? I was scared. I was ashamed. It was wrong. Daddy's gonna go kill his brother. At least, if I'm the daddy, I'm going to go kill my brother. But I know my brother, so I don't have to worry about that. But a lot of people don't know their brothers. And a lot of you assholes that are going to support Roe versus Wade being destroyed, May God have mercy on your soul when it's one of your children that's on the chopping block and can't get an abortion because you, dumbass politicians, got rid of Roe versus Wade. Oh, because your religion says that it's okay to keep a baby even though your daughter was raped. I don't know what damn God you're praying to, but he sure as hell ain't the one in heaven. Thanks for watching.